Hello, hello, welcome everyone. Is it streaming? Yes, we are live. So today I am alone here. As you can see, there will be some episodes where I will be alone. So that's why today's episode will be shorter because we are really busy right now at Pro Invest. We have a lot of calls, a lot of inquiries because we are conducting some master classes about investing in apartments. They are in Spanish. That's why I'm not sharing the classes with you guys. If you are interested, let me know and I can send you the links. So far, we are creating that kind of content in Spanish, right? So our idea is to, of course, start producing content in English as well, so we can reach more people like you guys that are seeking new opportunities, new investment opportunities. And of course, Paraguay is a good choice, okay? And you probably know why. If you are watching this, you know why Paraguay right now is a good choice. Maybe we will create an episode entirely about that, about advantages of investing in Paraguay, right? As I said in previous episodes, uh, I have hosted a webinar in May, a webinar that was about a general overview of the real estate market in Asuncion. Okay. So I have that recording for you guys. You just need to fill up the form that is here in the description. And so if you fill that, it's only your name, your email, where you are from, right? So just complete that, and I will send you the link. Now, this morning I saw that I someone completed the form, and I need to send that person the link as soon as possible. Okay, so that's just to give you a general overview. Okay, the that webinar, I think that it will be helpful for you. Now it's a little bit outdated, to be honest, because between May and today, some things happened, right? Like the investment grade achievement, for example. We talked about that in the first episode. And I think that, and if I create a new webinar, I will have to include that investment grade thing. Okay. So maybe you can watch the webinar, okay, that is called Asuncion Assets. So you can watch Asuncion Assets, and after that, you can watch the investment grade episode, so you can have a complete overview of what's really happening here. Okay, so as you may know, this podcast is called High Yield Paraguay because here we want to help you. We want to help you making the best choices. Okay. My goal is to help you. My goal is to show you advantages of disadvantages of real estate investments here in Paraguay because there is a lot of stuff that is hidden. Is hidden. It's not so obvious sometimes. So that's why I want to bring you insights from experts such as Juan Pesolani, who was with me in the previous episodes, right? Who is a real estate developer, an architect, co founder of real estate company ProInvest. I want to bring more people, of course, and maybe some other people from different fields, right? Different fields that are interested in investing in Paraguay, maybe in businesses, and maybe, I don't know, in some other things. Because here in Paraguay, we have a lot of advantages, we have a lot of freedom. So maybe I will call some expats to come here so we can discuss things related to investments, about entrepreneurship as well. I think that that kind of content will also be interesting, guys. So I'm just giving you, I don't know, some ideas that I have in my mind. So, but the main focus of this podcast is real estate investments in Paraguay. Okay, so what are we going to talk about today? Well, let me take a look at my cheat sheet. I think that that's what it's called, right? Cheat sheet. And yeah, Today's episode, as you can see here, the title, right? The title here, um, it's about two-bedroom apartments in Asuncion, right? Investing in two-bedroom apartments in Asuncion. What are the advantages and disadvantages? What are some things to keep in mind regarding two-bedroom apartments? Okay, so it will be a little bit shorter than usual because we have a lot of meetings today. So I will try to give my best to give you the more relevant information, the most relevant information regarding two-bedroom apartments in Asunción. Okay, so I think that we can start. Okay, let's get started. I want to take a look here at some notes that I have. So basically, as you may know, there are two ways of investing in apartments, right? You have the finished units, right? That they are already built. And then you have the off plan units, right? Off plan units that can be under construction. And the word that we use here in Paraguay is empozo. In other South American countries, they use the term preventa, that in English would be pre-sale. But here in Paraguay, the word is empozo, right? Empozo, if we want to be really specific, empozo means under construction, right? That the building is being built, right? Um, but off plan, I took a look at the meaning of off plan, and off plan actually is talking about before the construction begins, right? And before the construction begins, the word that sometimes we use here in Paraguay is pre-pozo, right? Will be like previous to the pozo, right? Because pozo will be under construction. But sometimes pre-pozo and pre-pozo have the same meaning according to the developer company, right? So I just wanted to clarify that, right? That um, an accurate translation of off plan, off plan, I think that is gonna be pre pozo, right? Previous to the pozo stage. Okay, so that's what I wanted to clarify. And it's gonna be hard to avoid some confusion regarding terms, terminology, meanings. Even in Spanish, it's a little bit confusing, right? With these technical words and the way some people use a word is not the same way that another group of people use it. So we will try to make sure that everyone is understanding what we are saying here. Okay. So I wanted to clarify that. Okay. So as I said a few seconds ago, we have two ways of investing, right? We have finished units and also the under construction slash off plan units, right? So the ideal way of making this type of investment would be buying en pozo, right? Off plan. So you can gain an interesting plusvalía. This is the word that we use here at ProInvest to describe the capital appreciation, right? I think that's the technical word. You can correct me, guys. Sometimes I post on the expats Facebook community, and you guys are happy to correct me, as I can see. It's okay, guys. I'm still learning the words, the correct words in English. So thank you for correcting me. Huh? I won't get mad. But I think that the correct translation, yeah, of plusvalía will be the capital appreciation. What's that? For example, right? Let's use an example to make sure that I'm using the correct word, right? Let's suppose that you buy a two-bedroom apartment in Pozo, okay? And in En Pozo stage, right? Before the construction begins. So that same unit will appreciate around 30% once it's finished, right? So we have the price that you paid before it started, before the construction started, versus the new price that the unit will have once it's finished, right? And what's interesting about two-bedroom apartments is that they will have a high capital appreciation, right? It will be around 30%, 30, right? And that's being conservative about it, right? Of course, we need to clarify this as well. That depends of the area, right? Of the location. You know that it's very basic, right? But we need to mention that anyway, right? You can get a 30% appreciation if you invest in an excellent area, right? I know right now we have a lot of new buildings in different parts of Asunción and also near Asunción, right? Um, Emerging cities like Luque, Fernando de la Mora, right? Um, of course, maybe you will get that capital appreciation in Luque, but in the future, many years in the future, we don't know exactly when, but if you go to Luque, you will see, right, the city is being developed, right? So there is a type of investor that wants to invest in that kind of a long-term goal, right? So I investing in this area, let's suppose, right? I investing in this area of Luque that nowadays is kind of empty, right? Nothing happens in the area, but it's kind of I don't know, 8 blocks away from an important avenue of Luque, right? So you are investing, hoping that the property will appreciate in the future, okay? But what I'm talking about here, um, with regarding the best choice that you can make when you want to gain capital appreciation with an apartment, the best choice is just to play it safe, right? Instead of hoping that the area will get better in the future, the best thing that you can do, according to our experience and our investors' experience, is to choose an area um, that is already premium, that already has a high value, right? Right now, in the present, right? Not in the future, right? So there are options, right? Because Asuncion is still under development, right? Um, that the advantage of that is that you can still choose apartments under construction that are in premium areas, right? These premium, and you can get a good price because they are under construction or even in stages that are previous to the construction process. Okay, so just to make it short, the best thing that you can do is choosing um, an area that is today very, very, very um, high valuable or premium. Mm. And when I'm saying premium, I'm not saying that you should pay a high price. Mm. I'm not saying that you should pay a high price. The idea is to look for apartments with low prices that will be located in premium areas. What are the premium areas here in Asunción? Maybe we can have a special episode about that as well. But just to make it quick, the areas are around the two main shopping malls that we have here in Asunción, right? If you live here, you know what I'm talking about. We have Shopping del Sol, that is the most famous one. So near Shopping del Sol, you have another big shopping mall that is called Paseo La Galería, right? So that's one of the corporate hubs that we have today in Asunción. I think that's the most valuable area nowadays. But still, you can find affordable apartments around that area. The other premium area that is my personal favorite, and I will tell you why in a few minutes, is the area around Shopping Mariscal. Okay, that is in Villamorra neighborhood. Okay, so why is that my favorite area? It's because you can walk around, and you will find many coffee places, restaurants, stores, and many banks, many offices. I don't know. It's walkable, right? You are able to walk around the area. Something that is very valuable here in Asuncion because Asuncion is not really friendly to the people that are walking on the streets. So that's why I really like Villamorra, the area around Shopping Mariscal. We also have a few blocks from Shopping Mariscal. Um, there is an area that is called La Cuadrita. Okay, that is an area. It's only one block, and the the street is blocked, so no cars are allowed there. And it's an area for restaurants, nice coffee places. It's like a magical place. If you have been there, you will know what I'm talking about, right? So you can walk around the area. It's really safe as well. That's another important thing. I know Asunción is not as it's not as dangerous as other cities around around Paraguay, right? Because because of demographics and some other socio-economical issues, right? And of course, it's not safe like Japan, right? Asunción is not like that, but it's not super dangerous. But the safest area will be also around these two shopping malls. Okay, so coming back to today's topic, two-bedroom apartments, you will get a higher capital appreciation of two-bedroom apartments in these areas near these two shopping malls. Okay, so in those areas, you can get around 30% of capital appreciation. The farther you get away from these two corporate hubs, the farther you get away from them, the lower the capital appreciation will be. Okay, it's something that you can see in the market today. You just need to compare prices, and you will know what I'm talking about, guys. Okay, so two-bedroom apartments, as I said before, um, the advantage that they have is like they will get a good capital appreciation. And if you compare that with other kinds of apartments, for example, remember last week we are talking about studio apartments, right? So studio apartments, because they are smaller, they will not get a high capital appreciation. They can be maybe, right, according to the building, right? But of course, a two-bedroom apartment will get more capital appreciation than a one-bedroom apartment or a studio apartment. Why? Because the market that wants to buy a finished two-apartment bedroom is a market that is made of people that want to buy these apartments to live there. Okay, I'm not saying that 100% of that market, but at least 90% of that market is looking for two-bedroom apartments in order to live there with their families. So they need the extra room for the kids, maybe, or for the child that they have, or for a guest. Because I was talking to some clients the other day, and um, it was this couple, and their children are already grown ups, right? They are already adults. They don't live with them anymore. But this couple wanted to buy a two-bedroom apartment because they want the extra room as a guest room, right? So if they have visits from other countries, right? Because they work for people in other countries, or they have relatives in other countries. So if they come to Asuncion, they want to have a guest room for them, right? Because it's always nice, right? It's always a special feeling, mm, to have a place for the people that you care about, right? You want to give them comfort, right? So that's something that feels really nice. So at least that's what they told me, right? So that's why two-bedroom apartments are getting a higher capital appreciation, because the people that are buying these kind of apartments, they are not thinking about the price, right? They want the psychological benefits of having a two-bedroom apartments, right? And as you probably know, people that are looking for a place to live, of course, they are looking for lifestyle goals, right? They want psychological benefits. Um, they want something nice, just to make it simple, right? But if you are an investor, of course, your goals will be different, right? You also want a psychological benefit, but it will be a psychological benefit regarding money, right? You will get a passive income in case that you are renting the unit, or you will get, of course, a 30% of capital appreciation. Of course, that also gives you a psychological benefit, right? But we're talking about different kinds of profiles and different kinds of goals, right? So just to make it simple, guys, just to make it simple, a two-bedroom apartment mm, is a good investment if you want to resell it as soon as it is finished. Okay, that's another way of getting a return of investment, right? As soon as it is finished, you sell it. There is a profile of investor that does that, right? He's not aiming to get monthly income. He wants to get this 30% that we are talking about today. Okay, so it's a good choice if you want to resell the unit as soon as it is finished, or you can even resell it before it is finished. Okay, we have had cases like that with our clients, right? Clients that have resold their units before they are finished. For example, we have a building near Shopping del Sol, one block behind Shopping del Sol, and it's called First del Sol, and it will be finished next year in May. Sorry, in June. So this investor already had like I don't know, $18,000 of gain, right? Of profitability mm, after he resold this apartment, and this apartment was an studio apartment, right? So if the apartment was two-bedroom unit, of course, the price would have been higher, and also the gain, the profitability would have been higher, right? The capital appreciation would have been higher. So right now we have clients that most of them they don't want to resell their units, right? They don't want to resell their units because they see that in those areas that they have invested, right, where our buildings are, like near Shopping del Sol in this case, and the value of the properties are getting higher as we speak, right? As I am talking here with you guys, the the properties in that area are really, really increasing their value. Mm. So that's why only one investor, according to what I know, only one investor from that building wanted to resell his unit because he wanted to invest in another building that we have. Uh, sorry, another building that we have 10 meters away from Mariscal Lopez Mall. Okay. First Mariscal, right? That is already sold out. And if you go around there, and you will see all the machines, all the construction workers there, giving their best. So that's another way of investing, guys. You invest here, you wait until it's about to be finished. Once it's finished, or a little bit before, you resell it. You get, I don't know, 20% or 30% appreciation, right? A return on of investment. That same capital, you put it maybe in another building, right? You buy another apartment, maybe a more valuable apartment, because you got $20,000 and income because of that resale that you have made. Okay, profit, right? That's the correct word that I should have used, right? You got like a 20,000 and profit after you have resold your unit, right? So sorry guys, we had a lot of meetings lately, so I'm kind of like a zombie today. Okay, so sorry about that. And okay, so we were talking about um, two-bedroom apartments under construction or off plan. Um, what about finished apartments, right? As we mentioned before, of course, they will have a higher value, a higher price, because they are already finished. That's kind of obvious. And if they are, um, if they have furniture, right, all the furniture, all the equipment, of course, the price will also be higher, right? So that's the disadvantage. The price will be higher, so your um, your profitability will be less, right? So that's the disadvantage, right? The advantage is that it's already finished, right? So you can rent it as soon as you finish signing the contract. You can start renting the unit. And an advantage that a two-bedroom apartment has is like it's very good for traditional renting. Okay, traditional rent. What is a traditional rent according to us right here at ProInvest? Traditional rent will be um, long-term contracts, right? For example, contracts of 1 year. Hmm? That is going to be a traditional rent versus short-term rent, right? Like Airbnb, Booking, etc. Right? So um, you will get an audience or a market for these two-bedroom apartments, renting market, right? So these people, of course, will be willing to pay more for a two-bedroom apartment located in a premium area, right? So two-bedroom apartments are a good choice for that. Of course, you can even get a higher return of investment if you use a short-term option. Okay, so I have here. Let me show you. I have an image here. It's in Spanish. Mm. I think that instead of return of investment, I think that the correct term is um, let me operating income profitability or something like that. Right now, I don't remember the technical word. It's like um, operating net income. I think that's the correct word. I'm gonna study this more, guys. So I'm more sure about this, right? I'm still learning the correct terminology in English, okay? But you will know what I'm talking about as soon as I show you this example, okay? It's in Spanish, but I will translate it for you. I'm gonna share my screen. Wait a little bit so I can show you this. Okay, this sheet is like a Yeah, it's a presentation so we can compare the different kinds of apartments. Okay, so let me show you. I'm gonna share my screen here. There we go. Okay, okay. So this is like, as I said before, this is the yearly yearly income, right? That is basically yearly net income or something like that. Basically, the profitability of your apartment, right? Before taxes, right? This we didn't take taxes into account here. Hmm? So we have today's topic here: two bedrooms. So we have a comparison here among these three kinds of apartments. So you have the studio apartments, one bedroom apartments, and two bedroom apartments. Okay. So as you can see here, we have the traditional rent, furnished traditional rent, and short-term rent, and this will be the capital appreciation that we mentioned at the beginning of the episode, right? So let's start from here, okay, from the bottom. So with studio loves, you have this is always being conservative, right? We have between 15 and 30% of capital appreciation. Then when we move to the one bedroom apartment, we have a capital appreciation between 20 and 30%. And also with the two bedroom apartments. Of course, because of the things that I mentioned before, because people who want to buy an apartment to live there, they are willing to pay more. So it will probably be more than 30%. Okay. It's something that it's kind of obvious, but we need to mention this anyway. So as you can see here, um, the the amount here with short-term rent is almost 50% more. It's not 50, I think that it's around 40, right? Because here we have a more than $12,000 versus the traditional rent that will give you a little bit more than $7,000. So this is up to you. There is a profile of investor that just want to play it safe, right? He just wants one one guess, right? Um, that's not the correct word, but you know what I'm talking about. No? The person who is staying mm, at the unit and living there. So tenant, right? That will be the correct word, tenant. So we have this kind of investor that wants only one tenant, mm, and so he doesn't care about losing some money because of that, right? He just wants to play it safe. But also, if you, of course, if you want to optimize your profitability, you have this choice, right? The short-term rental. So these numbers are based in real cases, guys. In real, yeah, real cases that we have seen with our own eyes, our own directors from ProInvest um, has they have shown these numbers. They have shown these numbers to us and to our clients, and also on their YouTube channel. Mm. The bad thing is that everything is in Spanish, right? So I want to bring them here so they can talk about these numbers to you guys. Okay, this is based in real cases, as I said before, not only cases that affected our our directors, also our clients, right? Our investors. So we have all the screenshots, right? All the Airbnb screenshots that are evidence, right? That are proving that these numbers are real. I feel they are not very crazy, right? They are not very crazy, but just in case that you are asking where I got these numbers, right? They are not imaginary. So it's always important when you are looking for apartments and you are talking to realtors or to real estate agents, and ask them where did they get the info from, right? The data from. mm? And try to see if they can back this up, right? If they can back up the numbers, if they have real proof, right? Real proof. And if they can show you an Excel sheet, that's even better. Okay. Maybe we can have an episode, a special episode where I can show you the Excel sheet and everything, right? Maybe I can bring one of the directors that are they really know about that. Maybe we can leave that for that episode, but just keep that in mind, guys, because it's important to know the details, right? The details regarding numbers and money. Okay. So I'm gonna stop sharing. Give me a second here. Okay. So let me see what else do we have for today, guys. I think that we can take a look at some layouts to see some examples of things that we have in the market. Okay, these are things that we have now at ProInvest, right? This is the information that I have here with me. So of course, just as an examples, I will show you some, good layouts, right? That good layouts that can help you identifying a good two-bedroom apartment. Okay, so I'm gonna share my screen again. There we go. Okay, so I was talking to Juan Pesolani, the architect, co-founder, and he's also one of the directors of ProInvest. So he told me, yeah, that this apartment is very interesting because of the size that it has. Okay, if we go here, it has a little bit less than 55 square meters. So it's very interesting because even though it has 55 square meters, it's, the unit still is able to have two bedrooms. Okay, so we have here this bedroom over here and this other bedroom. And how did they accomplish that? How did the architects accomplish, um, you know, put two bedrooms in this space? Is because they optimize the space, including only one bathroom. Okay, one bathroom. Sorry, one bathroom. So this is very very interesting, especially for Airbnb. Okay, I'm gonna give you an overview here of the layout. So let's suppose that a group of people, right? A group of 5 people or 6 people, and they can, I don't know, two of them can stay here, two of them here, two of them here in the living room. They can sleep here on the couch. So you have 6 people there, and they won't pay much, right? They won't pay much. Um, I mean, they can pay around $60. Let me take a look at that, guys, because I don't remember very well. Let me see how much they can pay. Or how much can you charge? How much you can charge for a two-bedroom apartment like this on Airbnb? Let me take a look at that here, so I don't make that up. Okay. So it's a two-bedroom apartment with one bathroom. So you can charge around 53, yeah, 53 dollars per night. Okay, around 55. Let's say $55. So if you have 6 people there, that's less than $10 per night. So that's why and unit like this is also very interesting for Airbnb. Okay, it will have a high occupancy rate. Also, the ticket is going to be lower, right? The price is going to be lower than an average two-bedroom apartment because most of two-bedroom apartments are expensive because of the amount of square meters that they have, right? So this kind of apartment is a good choice, right? It's a combination of affordability and also profitability. Okay, you sacrifice one bathroom, but it's worth it, right? It's worth it. And then let me see if I have here more examples, guys, before we finish. Okay, this is a studio apartment. Here, uh, sorry, that's a one bedroom apartment. Let me show you this one over here. Okay, here, yeah, this is another one, another kind of two bedroom apartment, similar to the one that we just saw. This also has only one bathroom, but it's a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger. But as you can see, the layout is kind of the same, it's very similar, but you can find options like this as well. Okay, so we have this one here. I want to show you this one here, and this one is the you know more premium because it has this L-shaped balcony that can give you a panoramic view, right? So what is interesting about this L-shaped balcony is that it has an access from the living room and also from the bedroom. So the person that will want to stay here, it will be probably someone who wants to live there, right? So it's important to keep in mind the profile of the person who will be in the unit, right? When you are choosing an apartment, right? So if you are aiming at someone who wants to live there, right? You want to aim at that market. Maybe you can you can choose something like this that has an added value, right? You won't find many two bedroom apartments with this kind of feature. Usually, the balconies are are smaller, right? For example, something like this, right? In this case, we have a one bedroom apartment, right? But usually the balconies are like this, right? Um, of course, that depends of the on the building, right? But we're talking about some standards that we are seeing um, in the shopping mall areas, right? Near Shopping del Sol and near Mariscal, right? So if you want to aim at that target, right, the people who will want to live there, or the people who will want to buy your unit when you are trying to resell in it, mm, they will really appreciate this kind of special feature. Okay, and this one is also more premium because it has two bathrooms. mm, One that is in suite, we call it like that, when the bedroom has its own bathroom, and then we have the social bathroom here, right? So this one is the most comfortable two bedroom apartment that we have shown here today. Okay, guys. So this one, of course, the price is going to be higher because it has more than 70 square meters. Okay. But as you can see, every inch of the apartment is very optimized. Okay. As you can see, the space is very, very well distributed. Hmm? So I just wanted to show you some examples of layouts, guys. Um, the two bedroom apartments, even though they have two bedrooms, they shouldn't be super big, right? Try to avoid that because the bigger they are, the more expensive they will be. Okay, so I think that if we stay around these 72, 75 square meters, or even until 80 square meters, you will be fine, right? It's gonna be a good relation relationship between how much you pay and how much you gain, right? How much you profit. So I'm gonna stop sharing this. So I think that that will be all for today, guys. I give you an overview of two-bedroom apartments in Asuncion, right? Of course, I focus on areas that are near the two main shopping malls here because of the things that I mentioned earlier, right? Um, that's your best choice, guys. Your best choice is investing in those areas if you can. Of course, if you have a different goal, you want to be outdoors, you want to be in touch with nature, you want to relax, of course, you can go invest in the countryside or invest in smaller cities. That's also an excellent choice. But here we're talking about profitability, right? We're talking about capital appreciation. So that's why we focus on these areas, guys, okay? Because I know that many foreigners that come to Paraguay, they really like nature, right? Because we still have a lot of nature here. So it's good that you guys are able to appreciate that. Even we, as Paraguayans, we take that for granted and we don't appreciate it. But when we talk to you guys, we learn how to appreciate what we have, right? So, of course, that is a good choice to do that kind of investments as well, right? So, this week is gonna be really busy. Next week as well, I will try to host another episode next week. I'm not so sure about it because, as I said before, we are having an online event this week, the La Semana del Inversionista. That is it's like the week of the investor, right? That would be the translation. So we are having a lot of meetings, a lot of calls, a lot of inquiries. So that's why we will probably be super busy next week. That's why um, Juan Pesolani couldn't come today, couldn't attend today's session because he's having a lot of meetings as well. So that's all for today, guys. So see you next time. And thank you for tuning in. Okay. Bye bye. Until next time.